Welcome to the Texas Goat Radio Show. I am your host, Matorius. We're going to be comparing Owen Benjamin to other cult leaders and cults. We're going to start with the term cult.
Cult.
A system of religious veneration and devotion directed toward a particular figure or object. A relatively small group of people having religious beliefs or practices regarded by others as strange or sinister. A misplaced or excessive admiration for a particular person or thing. A cult of personality surrounding the leaders. A couple of things worth noting in this. A relatively small group of people having religious beliefs or practices regarded by others as strange or sinister. In this particular definition of cult, it takes other people's opinions of this group in order to be considered a cult. Owen Benjamin is, in my opinion, 100% a cult leader. Whenever I was watching him and listening to him back in 2017 and 2018, there was a long-running joke of not a cult, and it was lighthearted, and it was almost looked upon as though we are a cult and we're not a cult. Like we're a cult called not a cult. A misplaced or excessive admiration for a particular person or thing. A cult of personality surrounding the Bears. You could say that. A misplaced or excessive admiration. The people that have listened to Owen over the last 5 years or 6 years, since 2017, there has been multiple large exoduses by bears or people that were listening and following Owen Benjamin. There was the great falling out of the class of 2019 is what some people call it. And then here lately with the Jort Wars is what it's been referred to, and it is made by Jim Bob and Owen Benjamin whenever Owen said that he wanted to debate Jim Bob about the Trinity. And that left Owen spiraling out of control, apparently, and in a lot of people's opinions, blaspheming the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. So, in my opinion, is Owen Benjamin and Beartaria a cult? Absolutely. We're going to watch a short video of an actual provable cult leader that was once in charge of a group of people. Originally established as a drug rehabilitation program by the early 1960s, Synanon became an alternative community centered on group truth-telling sessions that came to be known as the Synanon Game, a form of attack therapy. The group ultimately became a cult called the Church of Synanon in the 1970s. This is a small clip from a documentary called Synanon, Inside the Most Dangerous Cult in America, 4K. Now, I want you to take into consideration that this is a direct video interview from the cult leader.
I'm Big Brother, I'm Big Daddy, I'm all kinds of things. I wore a wonderful costume for a good many years. I look more like Buddha than Gandhi. We are an experimental society. I don't know how this is going to come out. I really don't. If I knew how it was going to come out, I would do it.
Now, in contrast, this is Owen Benjamin pitching an idea to his followers a few years ago.
It'll be fine. But anyway, there is a compound, 50,000 square feet, 20, 30 separate buildings, full functional wilderness camp, North Idaho, $1.5 million, 210 or 211 acres. So I was thinking, just throwing this out there, let me know what you guys think. Do you think we could raise the money for that? If 5,000 people chipped in $400, and in return they got 2 weeks there, any 2-week vacation they want, would that be possible?
This is the beginning of the downfall of this. Now that's a healthy statement to say this is the beginning of the downfall of Owen Benjamin. I think that this is another moment in Owen's history with the Bears that he realizes that he does not have as many followers and as much access to money as he once thought he did.
Think about everything that it would accomplish. We could do shows there. We could do wilderness, like James True could do wilderness camps there. My buddy in LA.
James True is another example of a bridge being built on lies and deceit, and then Owen burning that bridge just to stay warm.
Would do men's fitness camps there. 211 acres, 5 miles from Vertec Tactical. And I am trying to convince Brandon to run for sheriff. And another bear I'm trying to convince to run for mayor. 50,000 square feet. At least 20 or 30 houses on this thing with a...
Notice the desperation on his face and in his voice. We've all had conversations with our buddies trying to sell something, whether it was an idea or an experience. And the desperation wasn't there the way it is on his face. Because you should have a sense of joy if you're being sincere and you really do believe in your words the way he claims he does. There should be a hint of sincerity and a hint of joy, because he claims that he's doing this for the right reasons for everyone. But those of us who have eyes to see and ears to hear are seeing past the facade.
Basketball court, shooting ranges, crazy. Water system from a fresh stream, and potential to be completely off-grid with electricity, and total monthly taxes are $700 a month. Is there a number that would make someone's, like, we name a building after somebody? I'm down. Yeah, and then we could hire a staff. Amy sent that to me, and I always punish her for sending me stuff. Would you want, executive producer on a special that we filmed there?
It's worth noting that Owen is finally, this was years ago. This is 2, maybe 3 years ago, 2020 or 2021. It's 2023 now, and he's just now getting around to filming the special. So you can imagine how all of this has gone down. There was some land bought. There's opinions as to whether or not it was self-sabotage as to what actually happened, because they attempted to build things, and someone with a 147 self-proclaimed IQ should be able to execute things appropriately to where there is an actual follow-through. But interestingly enough, there was no follow-through except for some crudely built structures that were, in the end, not able to be completed because apparently Owen poked at the big bear, a retired lawyer, and she made it very difficult for him to continue doing what he's doing. And I do want to have a side note. If I present any information that is inaccurate, I'm going to pull a line out of Owen's playbook. I may be wrong, but I'm not lying. I'm just kidding. That was a joke. No, that sentence in itself is ridiculous. I'm just trying to put together things as though they appear to me, and it's not intentional. And I'm sure that's exactly what Owen means by that. But it is kind of a ridiculous thing to say. It's very misleading. He does not claim to be a liar. He says that he doesn't lie. And that's one of the biggest problems that I have with him, is because he absolutely does multiple times, and he's very manipulative. There is multiple accounts of him just flat out lying to people. It's worth noting that the Bears at this moment, whether it's 2 or 3 years ago, they are so indoctrinated in what he wants and believes it to be for the whole.
Executive producer on a special that we filmed there. That's what I'm talking about. The castle building could start. Guys, the main thing.
He wants to build a castle.